Once upon a time, there was a young man named Dhamma who lived in a small village in ancient India. Dhamma was a bright and curious young man, but he was also prone to overthinking. He spent much of his time worrying about the past and the future, and he often found himself lost in thoughts, unable to focus on the present moment. One day, Dhamma decided to seek the advice of a wise Buddhist monk who lived in a nearby monastery. The monk was known for his wisdom and compassion, and Dhamma hoped that he could offer some guidance on how to overcome his overthinking. When Dhamma arrived at the monastery, he was greeted by the monk, who invited him to sit and share his troubles. Dhamma told the monk about his struggles with overthinking and how he often felt overwhelmed by his thoughts and emotions. The monk listened patiently and then he smiled and said, "My dear friend, you are not alone in your struggles. Many people experience the same difficulties as you, but there is a way to overcome this suffering, and it is through the practice of mindfulness." Dhamma was curious but skeptical. "What is mindfulness?" he asked. The monk explained that mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. It is the art of paying attention to one's thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with a clear and open mind. Dhamma was intrigued, but he wondered how he could possibly learn to be mindful. The monk suggested that he should start by practicing meditation, a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness. Over the next several weeks, Dhamma visited the monastery regularly to learn about meditation and mindfulness. He practiced sitting meditation, walking meditation, and other techniques to help him focus his mind and cultivate awareness. At first, Dhamma found it difficult to quiet his mind and stay focused. His thoughts would wander and he would become distracted by sounds and sensations around him. But with time and patience, he began to develop a greater sense of awareness and control over his thoughts and emotions. As Dhamma became more skilled in meditation and mindfulness, he began to notice changes in his life. He was no longer as consumed by worry and anxiety, and he found it easier to focus on the present moment. He also discovered a greater sense of peace and contentment within himself. One day, Dhamma returned to the monastery to thank the monk for his guidance and support. He told the monk how much his life has changed since he has started practicing mindfulness and meditation. The monk smiled and nodded. "I am glad to hear that you have found peace and happiness. But remember, my friend, that mindfulness is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice and it requires effort and dedication to maintain." Dhamma nodded, understanding the monk's words. He knew that he would need to continue practicing mindfulness and meditation if he wanted to maintain his newfound sense of calm and clarity. Friends, if we see in our life, overthinking is a powerful force that can rob us of our peace and happiness. But with patience and dedication, we can learn to cultivate mindfulness and overcome our tendency to get lost in thought. By focusing on the present moment and being fully aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can find a greater sense of peace and contentment within ourselves.